We got some news about Le Mans Ultimate's December update, including those brand new LMGT3s, so let me take you through everything that you need to know about the update that's going to be dropping next week on Tuesday, the 10th of December. So let's start with the LMGT3 cars. There is first of all going to be the McLaren 720S LMGT3 Evo, which is going to be free for everyone, and you'll need to add this to the DLC list just like the free BMW hypercar that was added earlier in the year. It won't just automatically be there. And you can race against other LMGT3s in offline or online, no matter if you own the paid DLC or not. And there will be another free GT3 coming before the 2024 grid is complete. And they also tease the new Aston Martin and the new Ford Mustang models, but it looks like it's not quite complete just yet, so that's probably the next two that we're going to be getting. So pack 3, what exactly are we getting? We're getting the Ferrari 296, we're getting the Corvette Z06, and we're getting the BMW M4, which means we've got 4 GT3s to choose from. And with this means the inclusion of ABS, which the other classes don't have, and the way that it works in LMU is it's a 4-sensor system which samples each wheel at 40 Hz, and they will cut each brake input independently if it exceeds the slip threshold on the map that you're using, and will also have some response time, which also means it will have the rumble effect as well, and there are no fake effects. So it's basically almost like how it acts and how it performs in real life. Also in the new pack, we've got a new track, Interlagos, which was part of this year's IRLWC calendar. That's also been added. They've also mentioned about the hosted servers, which has been mentioned before. So we know they've been working with SimGrid to develop racecontrol.gg, and this is where you can configure your servers on race control infrastructure, and these will have different costs depending on how many users you want, and they can also be set to public or even on private as well. And there will also be a lobby code which will find and enter the password, making joining a bit more easier. And for the people who have leagues and league administrators, you can utilize all the tools from simgrid.com like tracking entries, manage points, change results, etc. And the servers are directly bootable from their website, and for everybody else there's a simple server tool on racecontrol.gg. The devs have also done some clarification since this information went live, and they've clarified this with above, which may or may not have been obvious. There's no need for a subscription if you're joining a hosted server. The server content is updated automatically. There is a scaled pricing depending on the server size. You assign penalty through the website, and only the host pays. So anybody joining, it's completely free. Moving on, they've also added a spectate mode and a broadcast overlay in the style as seen in the actual FIA WEC broadcasts, and this overlay outputs HTML outside of the game and can be used as a transparent layer in streaming tools like OBS, so that will be a browsing source that you'll be able to add through that. They've also mentioned about the online championships and subscriptions, so there's going to be the Race Control Pro, which will have enhanced online competitions and other benefits, and this will fund the server and admin costs, and the annual plans will have a discount while in early access. For the pricing breakdown, they have actually given a bit of a graphic which I'll put up on screen, and it goes through all 3 tiers for Race Control subscriptions. So the one that everyone will have, which is the Race Control Lite, that's going to be free, so you'll have driver profile, weekly events, special events, daily races, practice servers, and join and create hosted servers. For Race Control Pro, you'll get all that, plus the online championships, extended registration, and priority driver reports. And this monthly is going to be $5.99 in Great British pounds, $6.99 in euros, or $7.99 in dollars. As for annual, it's going to be £3, €3.50, or $4 per month, or £36, €42, or $48 per year. And then we've got the final one, which is Pro Plus, which will have the LMU and R Factor 2 DLC, and this is only available while the subscription is active. For monthly costs, it is £10.99, €12.99, or $13.99. And then for annual, it's £5.50, €6.50, or $7 per month. Or alternatively, for per year, it's £64, €78, or $84. For the online championships, those are for the people that want more from their online experience. They're less frequent than daily races. They're on particular days of the week across different time zones, and there's a limited number of entries per week depending on the difficulty of the championship, and some are a one-shot only, just like in real life. And when you sign up, you're required to commit to a single car for that entire season. They've also added some more result standings as well, which you can view, which is overall, friends, manufacturer, and nation in these online championships. And the people that are in these online championships also have priority of driver reports. And they're going to be using this to run future competitions, including esports series like the Le Mans Virtual Series. Finally, they touched on additional improvements. So in the new update, there's going to be better loaded times, roughly 30% quicker or more. There's been frame rate improvements and more general performance improvements as well. They've done some small changes to braking, where locking up is more realistic and less likely. They've also adjusted the tires to have a small amount of extra grip at high speeds with less aggressive drop off when just over the limits. They've also mentioned some VR stuff. So there's been VR improvements, and you'll be able to directly launch without putting in the parameters into Steam like you previously have done. They've also added key bindings, and UI is also configurable, and there is also a VR version of the HUD. Finally, what is next for future updates? Their main focus right now is online driver swaps and team management, and they're aiming for a Q1 2025 release. Second of all, custom liveries, and this will be a subscription benefit, so you upload them, and when you join a session, they'll be shared across the grid, and this is expected mid 2025, but they said if it's done earlier and is finished and ready earlier, then they'll put it earlier. But right now, it's a mid 2025 aim. And that's it. That's the news for Le Mans Ultimate for the December update that's coming next week. I will cover the full patch notes when they go live, but do bear in mind there'll be a lot of crossover with this video as well. But I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. What are you thinking of all this? What do you think of all the subscription stuff? I'm not overly fond of the subscription stuff being added. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful and informative, and let's see more content like this one, make sure you are subscribed. And if you want to stay up to date on the latest news and updates on racing and simulation games, you can stick around, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.